What's up guys, Chicks here from Chicks Tech Reviews. Now the Mi10T Pro is in the house, people. Now first of all, I must thank Xiaomi for sending over this review unit and also sponsoring the video. But that being said, I am committed in telling the truth, and that's what the people are going to get. My honest opinion on the Xiaomi Mi10T Pro. I've seen the specifications. In fact, I'll put them on the screen right next to the box. The boundaries have been pushed, the bars have been raised all over again. This device has the highest refresh rate you can get in a smartphone. We are talking about 144 Hz refresh rate, and the UK price will be revealed in tomorrow's live event, which should be the 19th of October 2020. Now, I will certainly leave the links in the description box so you can watch the live event and find out how much this device is going to cost. So we have a black box with gold fonts, very attractive. And on the top, you can see it highlights 108 megapixel camera, and I simply can't wait to see that in action. So let's do this, shall we? Unboxing. Designed by Xiaomi. So we've got this envelope box. Open it up. SIM eject tool there, which I'm going to need very shortly. Paperwork, user manuals, a clear silicone case which is engraved with the words Xiaomi, and you're also getting audio jack to USB-C adapter. And there's the beast right there, looking straight up at me. Here it is. Wow. Incredible. Let's put it to the side. See what else is in the box. So no messing around here. You're getting a 33 watt fast charger and type A to type C charging cable. All right, so let's get this unwrapped very quickly. So first of all, let's put the case on. This is actually an antibacterial silicone case. So I just want to quickly show you how the case looks. So clear silicone case with two shades, one darker than the other. So here it is in my hands. The phone itself is made from an aluminium frame going all the way around, and you've actually got Gorilla Glass 5 protection on the back and on the front. Now the color I have here is called Cosmic Black, although if I describe it, it's more of a light gray color. No doubt you can see it's a reflective finish, and you can use it as a mirror if you want to. At the bottom you'll find a loudspeaker, microphone, USB Type-C port and a SIM card tray. And if I open it, you will notice it's a dual nano SIM card tray. So you can put two nano SIM cards in there, but there is no micro SD card slot. Now on this side, you have a 2-in-1 power button and fingerprint sensor and your volume rocker. Now the fingerprint sensor is on the side. I'm going to quickly show you it in action, and as you can see, it's very fast and accurate to unlock your smartphone. It literally unlocks instantly without any delay. Now at the top of the device you have a single microphone and also an IR blaster, and on the back you will see that slightly raised camera bump, which seems to be in fashion at the moment. And finally on this side there is nothing. Now on the front we have a 6.67 inch dot display with adaptive sync technology, giving you a 144 Hz refresh rate. Now in case you're wondering, dot display uses quantum dot semiconductor nanocrystals, which is similar technology found in LED backlit LCDs. Now screen resolution is 2400 by 1080, so that is full HD plus with a 20:9 aspect ratio and 650 nits of maximum brightness. I'll quickly show you that brightness in action. So that's the lowest and that's max. So first impressions of the screen, very nice bright display, sharp colors and contrasts with HDR10 support and pretty good viewing angles. Now you do have very thin bezels going all the way around, but what I do like, the fact that the front facing camera is tiny in size. So when you're watching a video, it literally disappears, you can hardly notice it. Now this phone also supports face unlock, and we'll quickly test that out. So I'm going to use the wrong finger to unlock the phone and put my face in the way. And as you can see, it's unlocking it instantly. Really fast face unlock. Just to show you that my finger is not registered. Try and unlock it. Try again. Try again. It's only when I bring my face closer it unlocks instantly. So kudos to Xiaomi, super fast side fingerprint sensor and super fast face unlock. Now this is a big screen smartphone, 6.67 inches. It's a big phone and it's 9.3 millimeters thick and weighs 218 grams. Now let's talk about the stereo speakers, and I think we're just going to go ahead and play some music and hear how it sounds. Now I do like how the stereo speakers sound. You're getting crystal clear sound with no distortion, and the speaker location, you've got one at the bottom and one on the earpiece. So very decent sound, and this phone also supports high-res audio. Now this smartphone is powered by the Snapdragon 865 octa-core CPU clocked at 2.84 GHz and combined with the Adreno 650, and this is a 5G smartphone. Now the performance is amazing no matter what you do on this phone. The gaming performance is also very good. You can easily play Call of Duty or PUBG Mobile on the highest graphical settings, and the gameplay is always nice and smooth.
Jamming our radar. UAV online. Hostile predator missile inbound.
Now every time you load up a game, Game Turbo mode activates, and you can bring up the options by swiping in from one of the corners. You can see that it says Game Turbo and the name of the game. It tells you your GPU, CPU usage and your frame rate. Now this is a really cool overlay, and I want to show you what this can do. You can take screenshots and you can capture video, you can close all background apps, but you can quickly open up any other app as an overlay. So for example, if I wanted to open up the Play Store, I could have it open in the background. I can quickly download whatever I want, or if it was WhatsApp, I could send a message. And if you want to close the overlay, just swipe it upwards and it will disappear. So very cool gaming mode, and this is how easy it is to capture video. So I am now capturing video. You can see a record button right there. Now any game I play or anything I do will get recorded, and I have the ability to start and stop the video as required. Now this smartphone has 8 gigs of LPDDR5 RAM with 128 gigs of internal storage, supporting UFS 3.1. However, there is no option to expand as there is no MicroSD slot, but you can also pick this up in a 256 gig variant. Now we are running Android version 10 with MIUI 12 on top. The system feels very smooth and fluid, very fast in operation, and everything looks amazing on that display. Now quick look at some of the features. So Game Turbo, Video Toolbox, Floating Window, Second Space and Light Mode. So here are your Video Toolbox options. So basically create special effects and features for video playback. Now floating window, as you can see the description, press and hold, pull down a notification and open it as a floating window. And I showed you an example of a floating window earlier when we were playing Call of Duty. Now second space is quite straightforward. We've seen that before on other phones. And you've got light mode, and I want to show you what that looks like. So that's light mode. It just gives you a more minimalistic home screen with extra large icons to go with it. And swiping down will give you your control center, where you can see all your quick toggles, and if you swipe down again, you've got a lot of quick toggles that you can play around with. So you've got battery saver mode, ultra battery saver mode, and I'll show you what happens. When you turn on ultra battery saver mode, it will restrict the following, and that is basically it: phone, contacts and messages. There is nothing else you can do, but the battery will then last you 3,906 hours. Incredible. So let's exit that mode now. Now I think the MIUI software has come a long way. You've got a lot less bloatware than you used to get. And another cool feature is the wallpapers. You've got your regular wallpapers, but you've got online wallpapers. So when you go to the online wallpaper section, it will give you an unlimited source of wallpapers. And you can also type in a few keywords and search for any relevant wallpapers. That's nice. Let's apply this one. So a very nice looking wallpaper I've just downloaded. You also have the option to select the refresh rate that you want. It's set to 144 Hz by default, but you also have the option to drop it down to 90 Hz or 60 Hz. So it's actually nice to have that middle option. Now let's talk about video streaming. You can stream YouTube videos 1080p with HDR, and you're also getting 1080p HDR on Netflix. Now let's talk about the cameras. Now on the back you have a triple camera setup with a 108 megapixel main sensor, 13 megapixel ultra wide and a 5 megapixel macro lens. And on the front you have that tiny 20 megapixel selfie camera. Okay, so time to check out the camera. We have Pro mode, video, photo, portrait mode and more. When you tap more, you have a whole bunch of different camera modes and features. And yes, there are a lot. Now you've got your night mode, your vlog mode, front and back at the same time, and clone. So I am looking forward to testing out the clone mode. But first of all, let's tap on 108 megapixel. Now the first thing we're going to do is test out that 108 megapixel shot. See how long it takes. Here we go. Whoa. No processing. That was instant. Let's tap. All right, we're going to zoom in. Wow. That's incredible. I expected it to circle and take time. I'm already impressed with the speed of taking that 108 megapixel shot. So I'm switching to regular photo mode. On the side you can see you've got HDR, automatic, which I'm going to leave it on. You've got AI mode, filters, and this over here is your Google Lens. Now if you hit settings, your options at the top, you will see your aspect ratio, timer, movie frame, guidelines, macro, tilt shift and time burst. So that's your 2x optical, and that's your ultra wide right there. Now if we go to video mode, you can take 8K videos. If I just tap settings just to show you. Now image stabilization is available up to 4K at 30 frames per second. If you jump to 4K 60, you're not going to get image stabilization. If you want to shoot 8K, you have to tap on the 8K symbol, and that will give you AI 8K at 30 frames per second or 8K at 24 frames per second. Either way, the 8K recording is not going to give you image stabilization. So while you're shooting video, you can't actually change the lenses in real time. And you do have a 20 megapixel selfie camera, which does support HDR and AI functions. Now let's just check out some 108 megapixel samples. Now I'm actually really impressed with how quickly you can take these shots. There is no loading time or post-processing going on. It's simply point and shoot for instant 108 megapixel shots. And the resolution of these shots are 12032 by 9024, and typical image size will be between 15 to 40 megabytes per image, depending on what and where you are shooting. So this is the Xiaomi Mi10T Pro. Camera test, 4K at 30 frames per second. Let's do a zoom test. Zooming in, maximum 6x zoom, and zooming back out. And check out this awesome movie frame mode and think about the possibilities with this. So very good first impressions of the camera. Absolutely love the smooth 4K video capture, and the movie frame mode has already become my favorite, and I look forward to experimenting with that in the future. 8K video also looks really nice, and I will leave some 8K samples in the description box for you to check out. So it seems like you have many cameras and many modes to play with, but nothing seems gimmicky. Everything seems to work on a very advanced level. So more about the camera in my full review. Now this smartphone has a massive 5000 mAh battery, which supports 33 watt fast charging. So you can achieve 100% charge in just 59 minutes. So no doubt I'm expecting a decent battery life with a decent SOT. Now if we talk about benchmark performance, this smartphone achieved just over 3300 in Geekbench. And in the Antutu benchmark test, it achieved 574K. Now, if you're looking for a flagship performance and ultra premium features without breaking your piggy bank, then the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro is probably the one to consider. This exciting new flagship smartphone by Xiaomi simply shouts premium from nearly every angle. Now you have the Snapdragon 865 with DDR5 RAM, super fast UFS 3.1 internal storage, 108 megapixel camera, massive 5000 mAh battery, and of course not forgetting that ultra smooth 144Hz display. Now the only thing to mention at this stage is lack of headphone jack and lack of AMOLED display. If that is not much of a bother to you, then the Mi10T Pro 5G is an absolute marvel of a smartphone that you should certainly consider. Meanwhile, I will be following up with my full review on the Mi10T Pro once I manage to spend more time with it. So do subscribe and hit that notification bell to be alerted when I drop that video. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a brilliant day. I'll see you guys in the next one.